This is NSCA's Business Question Series. My name is Michelle White, and I am an NSCA business resource with Gallagher Affinity. Today's question in the series is how to manage challenging conversations. In your business, it is important to maintain a positive and productive work environment. Managing difficult conversations is an important component to finding solutions in the workplace. If you have an upcoming difficult conversation, here are some tips on how to engage in a conversation that is clear, respectful, and achieves resolution. Firstly, have the conversation as soon as possible. Do not delay or avoid the conversation. Putting off the conversation can make you feel more anxious over time. Having the conversation in a timely manner helps justify the need and importance of the conversation, but probably more important, helps prevent growing issues that negatively impact other members of your team. Second, determine the goals of the conversation and how you will stay on track. Identify the goals and the type of outcome you want to achieve. Then ask yourself, what strategies will I use to achieve that result? You may want to create a list of speaking points to help keep you on track should the conversation steer in a different direction. It is important to stick to the situation at hand and avoid slipping into unproductive dialogue. Choosing a neutral location is important. Choose a location where you can have a conversation where both parties feel comfortable sharing space and honest feedback. If you think the conversation may steer in a negative direction, you may want to consider a public space to avoid emotional escalations. Then, very important, that you actively listen with an open mind. More than likely, you are entering the conversation with different perspectives. The most effective conversations are those where both parties actively listen for clear understanding and also allow the other party an opportunity to speak. If at any time in the conversation you feel unaligned, paraphrasing what the other person said helps to ensure you understand their point. Offer empathy and managing emotions. Entering a difficult conversation can trigger emotions. The parties may be entering the conversation with preset notions and apprehensions. You can reassure the person that the purpose of having the conversation is to come to an agreement and resolution. Steer away from accusatory language and personal attacks. It is important to also acknowledge your own emotions internally and to manage your reactions to avoid escalating the discussion. If the person you are speaking to becomes emotional, allow them a break as a sign of respect. Pause, give them time to settle their emotions before continuing the conversation. Also, be confident in your perspective. When addressing the issue, do so directly and confidently. Being affirmed in your feelings and opinions can help the other person recognize that you have thought carefully about the situation and help them better understand what their goals are, particularly in a situation where a person is disagreeable and refuses to accept the feedback. Then, establish a follow-up protocol. The goal of the conversation is to end with an agreement to move forward with resolution in a positive way. Unfortunately, this does not always occur. In this case, you can set up a follow-up later to revisit the conversation and affirm the resolution that you have developed together. In business, there will be times when difficult conversations happen. How we manage them can be good or bad. These tips can help achieve a productive and positive outcome. I am Michelle White. Thank you for tuning into NSCA's Business Question Series.